Another story in the story series. How I got another maximum beating in the secondary school for not doing an assignment. This is a story to be learnt from. Yes, I was in SS1 at Government College, Victoria Island, Lagos. And as a chemistry student, because I was a science student, we had some chemistry lessons. And our teacher, then a female teacher, gave us an assignment that we should submit on the next lesson day for chemistry. And you know one thing, the topic was so hard that most of the books I personally consulted, I could not get the complete assignment. Though the little one I did actually uh, put it together and I submitted to her on the day we asked to submit. But when I eventually submitted, for the fact that the assignment was not completed, this teacher was mad at me. And not only me, we were about six altogether. I cannot remember precisely, but I think about 5 or 6 altogether. And she was saying that on no ground should we not do an assignment 100% since the assignment was given to us about 3 days backward. So, for us not to have done this assignment, then he was going to give us another punishment assignment. He called it punishment assignment. In fact, that was the first day in the school SS1 that I've ever heard of that word, punishment assignment. And we all wondering, what could this mean? He said we should not worry. So at the end of the lesson, you understand, having marked others, for those of us that did not complete the assignment, he didn't mark our own notes. He marked others and left the note and returned the note back to us. Now, what that punishment assignment was is this. He said that between that time, that was around 1:30 in the afternoon, 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon, and 7:30 the next day, that we should go and buy an exercise book and write, I will always do my assignment promptly 5,000 times. I will never forget this. I will always do my assignment promptly. I will always do my assignment promptly. I will always do my assignment promptly 5,000 times and submit the next day, latest 7:30 in the morning the next day. That time I was that this punishment assignment was given to us was around, I think, 1:30 or thereabouts in the afternoon. And between then and the time we are going to close for the day, we had so many other lessons. So of course, there's no way we would have started there and then, except when we get home. And even if we close at 2:30, before I could get to where I was staying, because I could get to my house, it could take another 4 or 5 hours. So what that means is that I won't get home until 6:30. Yes. Now, this is the hit of the story. Now, when I got home, I quickly went to buy an exercise book and I started writing. Do you know I started writing this thing for around 7 o'clock in the evening till around 2 a.m. I could not finish it. And she made us understand that the writing must not be different, that it has to be our own writing. That if the writing differs, that is going to cancel it and going to start afresh. So to avoid that, I have to write alone. I can do writing. I will always do my assignment properly. I will always do my assignment properly, and I continue doing that between that time and 2 a.m. in the midnight. I could never write up to 2,000. The next morning, I started before anyone was starting. It was time for me to bath. I took my bath, went to the school, and immediately got to the school. The first thing she asked was, "Where is your assignment?" And we submitted our punishment assignment. And what she did was that she started counting this assignment. She called one senior and asked us to start counting, not minding the number. She started counting the lines where those assignments were written. And the seniors are the people that are ahead of us. They are those who are SS2 and SS3, because we were in SS1 then. And they counted and they counted and they counted. When it was my turn, they counted just about how many. And she said yes. She called me in the front of the class and she started lashing me. She started beating her out of me. She started beating her out of me. She started that I was stubborn, that was why I didn't do the first assignment, and she gave us a punishment assignment, and yet I refused to do it. And started, in fact, to be realistic, none of us, among the 5 or 6 of us that were given that punishment assignment, were able to do it completely. None of us. She beat hell out of us to the point that all the back of my hands were all swollen. My back was swollen, my legs, my labs, because the beating was not just concentrated on her buttocks. No, it wasn't. She was beating us round all over our body. Yes, I will never forget that day in my life. That is one of the days I will not forget in the school. When I got home, and my body was so hot. And my mom asked what was the problem. And I told my mom, do you know that my mommy said she was going to follow me to school the next day and asked her why she could beat her son to that extent that now my body would get torn and I would feel sick because of what? For just assignment. The next day, mommy got prepared, took her bath, and took her bag and was so prepared. She wore Nika inside a wrapper and wanted to follow me. But there's one man in my compound that we stayed together then. Is from Akwa Ibom State. The man said, mommy, it's not like that. That she should not go. That if she gets there, it will not be handled the way it's supposed to be handled. Because women to women now, that is going to be something different. This man started begging my mommy. My dad was not around. He started begging my mom. In fact, he told my mom that he would follow me to the school. Because the man was working at Federal Ministry of Commerce and Industry, not too far from my school. So he said immediately he got to his office. At that time, I was going to trek back to my school because the distance between my school and the man's office was a stone throw. So in fact, it was after this man's promise that he was going to follow me to the school that my mommy agreed not to go and fight the teachers in the school. It was very funny. I will never forget this. But believe you me, this man was wise enough. He only used that to stop my mom from following me to school because he knew that my mom following me to the school the issue is not going to go lightly. So my mommy stopped. She stopped preparing and she asked the man that she want to get the feedback from the man when the man comes back. That I may not be able to tell her the real story. That I may want to cover up. I may want to protect my teacher. I may not want her to follow me so that it doesn't cause more chaos. That of course the man will have to give her the feedback of what happened in the school. So I left for school. So actually, during the break time, the man came. The man came to the school and I was asked to come. I went to the man, and the man told me that the reality of the matter is that if my mom comes to the school, it would be something different from the way we expected. And others more than, and that was why he used that method he has used to stop my mommy from coming to meet the teacher. But the issue is that whatever the issue is, whenever I am given an assignment, I should try and always do the assignment. That what happened was that not that the woman was not the woman was intentional at beating me, but it was a corrective measure she was trying to put in me so that each time I'm given an assignment, I'll make sure I do the assignment. I could ask that it was not only me, the woman beat, that it was all of us that actually erred in the assignment. That if it was only me that the woman actually beat, then it would have been a different thing. But the woman punished every one of us together. That I should see it as a lesson to not to avoid or not to run away from assignment. That shouldn't look at it as if the woman is trying to be wicked to me. And that is how life is. And this man started talking to me like a father, started talking to me like a brother. And I got to understand what the man was actually saying. And do you know, since then, I never miss my assignment. Each time I'm given an assignment, when I get home, after eating and taking my bath, the next thing is to do the assignment. And this habit continued with me until I graduated from university. This is a learning point. This is a great lesson for all of us this is a great lesson for all of us, especially those of us who are parents. You should keep counseling your children. This is a great lesson for them. Tell them not to avoid their assignment. Always tell them to read as soon as they come from school. After eating, after taking their bath, the next thing is that they should begin to do their assignment. This is the learning point. Thank you and God bless.